I haven't put a video up, guys, for a while now, so I thought I'd give you a quick update. The coupe's just about ready for a coat of paint, but I went to Summernats and I had a look at some coupes there and look at the door gaps on coupes and other cars and stuff, and I realised that I need to, I want to get the gaps a bit better. I'll just give you a quick look. So, yeah, I've been extremely busy, but the coupe's just about ready for a coat of paint. It's got a special primer right now called acrylic binder. It's what you put on before you put the top coat, but I've gone ape shit with the Raptor underbody seal. I've done all inside the car. Great, a quick hit with burnt orange. Yeah, I'm pretty much good to go. Just the door gaps, so I'm going to have a go at that. But what I've done today, my brother said he needs to get, he just bought a Ford Falcon ED wagon. It's got the 5-litre Windsor motor in it. So he bought the car. I got the car really cheap, good deal. So he needed a bit of work, but he needed to go to the wreckers and get a few bits and pieces for it. So I went to this dude's house. He had Falcons, ELs, EFs, EDs and EAs and stuff. Had like a roll of them sitting at his paddock. So went over there and got a few bits and pieces off that from my brother's car, and then we went to this big wrecker in my area, and yeah, found this car and I'll call him up before Christmas, and yeah, he said he had this EL Falcon wagon. He'd sell me the whole diff assembly for $200. So yeah, I thought why not jump on it. So went to the wreckers. Just pull up at this wrecking yard here. Gonna salvage the diff out of this old girl. Don't know the ratio, but someone's already made a start on it, taking the U-bolts off. So I'll see if I can salvage the handbrake cable, and yeah, a few other little things I can use at the conversions. Come with brakes, which is good. There's heaps of cars here. Have like 3 wagons to choose from, so they're pretty good. So yeah, got the diff out of the car, got it home, and I had to pull it apart. Researching on the internet, they said they were like the ratios were 308 to 1 and 323. I was hoping to get a 345, but I think that's more the AUs. So yeah, got the diff out here. So yeah, have a look at it. And the first thing I noticed, got the high pressure cleaner onto it. 323, perfect. 345 the ideal, but I think, you know, if I want my car to be a cruiser, this would be ideal with a 3-speed. So the funny, it says on the crown here, it says was it 327? So that's another one people call them 327 ratios. But yeah, first thing I noticed when I pull the cover off, blown up diff center. So it's got the spider gears in it, probably a 4-pinion, 2-pinion, I don't know, but it's blown up. So that would have been the end of this car. They would have the car that's come off. But what the bonus is, it's got disc brakes, the pads and the handbrake drum pads are in really good condition. I could replace them anyway, but I cut these off the chassis. Got the mount too. So there's your brake lines feed into that and into here. So yeah, got that, and then I've got the handbrake cable, which is in a really sad way. It looks like heat's got to it over here, but I couldn't get the part to mount on the chassis. I didn't bring a grinder, so I'm gonna have to make something to mount on the chassis of the coupe, and then the handbrake cable will connect up to this special suede connection, or what you would call it. But yeah, so it's got an aluminium PBR calipers. Yeah, really good. So yeah, all I need to do is, it's got 28 spine axles. I pulled the axles out, they're both in good condition. He gave me, well, in the Falcon, in the back of it, there was some axles sitting there. So I hit him up, I said, can I have the axles as well? He's like, yeah, go for it. But it looks like they might be out of possibly an AU. They're about 50 mil wider in track, or it might be 100 mil, but the axles are way too long, and it looks like they're different too. Where it mounts up to the actual the diff housing, they're different, so those axles are going trash. So yeah, it's got 28 spline axles. The axles are good. So yeah, won't need to do much. That's what I'll do. I'll get a True Track center for it, so that'll lock it up, sort of like a LSD sort of. Get new handbrake cables for it. Probably get new flex lines that go from the disc to the chassis. Yeah, so I know these flexi lines, when they get a bit of age, they start collapsing on the inside of them. So there's little things that I addressed with it, but I got the tail shaft with it, and yeah, all I needed it for was just to get the coupling off. So, but you look at that, that's the original Falcon XB GS tail shaft. It's got the white band around it, very small, but I've also got one out of a 351 one, so the ends are the same for the 351, but the body of it's actually fatter. But I was just curious to see, if this tail shaft would be the same length, because I know sometimes the yokes, I know the BAs, the BDR transmission yokes, apparently they're the same as the C4, but as you can see here, they're a different length. Another thing that's funny too, these tail shafts, these new ones, are aluminium. So I could easily go to Gibson's tail shaft in Newcastle. They built the tail shaft for the Escort, and yeah, they're known to be very good quality tail shaft, so I could probably just do that. But yeah, now I've got my diff, don't have to worry about doing anything. It's got the saddles. I know the holes in here, apparently they're different, and we'll address that when the time comes. So what I'll do with this now is just I'll wrap it up in plastic and I'll put it somewhere and just leave it. So what I've been doing, I've been chasing up parts when I find them and just yeah, get on it. But yeah, I've been looking for one of these diffs for ages. It's really difficult. The XG ones would have got this XG diffs. They're already 28 spline, limited slip center. This one's open center. So I've been looking for one of them, but yeah, everyone's jumping on them. I noticed that this wrecking yard, all the Fairmonts, all the diffs are gone. So yeah, people are over it. If it's Fairmont, it's likely to have an LSD center. But it doesn't matter. I'll put this True Track one I bought for the Escort. It's absolutely amazing. It just hooks up and no drums at all. But I'll probably take it to someone to get the center put in, because you've got to shim it right. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can ruin a perfectly good diff by not doing it properly. So that's where I'm up to now. But I'll put an upcoming video soon. I've got another video I've put up for the doors on the coupe. I had to reskin them, so I'll put a video up soon on that. And yeah, just very busy at the moment. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch up with you later.